Hey, and welcome. Thank you for tuning back into my channel. This is my weekly update. Today is February the 4th, 2024, and I am now on day 35 of my 90-day carnivore challenge. As most of you already know, I began this challenge on January 1st. I decided just, why not just start on New Year's Day? It's hard to explain. It's hard to put in words the difference that this has already made in my life. I shared with you in a previous video that after 20 years of having to inject, both the slow-acting insulin, slow-acting twice a day, once in the morning and then once at bedtime, and then a fast-acting insulin before each and every meal, and for decades that I've had to do that. And after the first 3 weeks on this carnivore diet, I was able to get off every bit of my insulin, and as well as another injectable that I use called Victoza that supposedly helps the pancreas produce more insulin. I got off that medication as well. I've also cut way back on my blood pressure medications because I'm seeing my blood pressure get back to normal. As far as weight loss, I started out on January the 1st. I was 225 pounds. Today I'm 207. So I've lost 18 pounds so far since January the 1st. But more than anything is just the energy level, and it just I know I keep talking about that every week, but I have to keep talking about it because it just keeps getting better every week. I'm just finding that I'm doing more and I'm wanting to do more. I look for things to do, whereas I used to come home from work or come home from church and want to just lay down and take a nap and or sit down in the recliner and watch TV. I didn't want to do anything because I never had the energy to do anything. And now I have so much energy that I'm constantly looking for things to do. I even started the last week or so, lifting a little bit of weights. Now, there's not a chance that I could have done that in the past. I mean, for years, I wasn't healthy enough to do anything like that. But, I'm not powerlifting or anything like that, but starting to lift a little bit of weights and just trying to tone up a little bit. And again, it's because I have the energy to do it and I want to. As far as the diet this week, it's very, very simple. Again, you're going to notice that I do a lot of steak. And there was probably 4 times this week where I had, some type of a steak, whether it be a porterhouse or whether it be a ribeye. Couple of times bacon and eggs. I had one day where I had a couple of some wild-caught tuna cans that I ordered online that were actually pretty good, and some boiled eggs. But and I had some brisket again this week. But most of my meals are some kind of steak or a hamburger patty. I do a lot of hamburger patties. And then whenever I can, I like to add a little bit of grilled or boiled shrimp along with it. And it's just, I really just don't feel like I'm being deprived at all with this diet. I'm not missing the carbs anymore, and I'm not staying hungry. It's believe it or not, it really is the carbohydrates that keep you hungry. People who eat 3, 4, 5, 6 times a day, it's because they're eating a lot of carbohydrates in their diet. And every time they eat them, an hour later, they're hungry again. And it's because their body's craving that stuff. If you do a ketogenic or a ketovore or a carnivore type diet and you get rid of those, the junk carbs that they sell in the center aisles of the grocery stores, you are going to find that you're not hungry all the time like you used to be. And it's going to be, when you sit there and you hear some of these people doing carnivore and we talk about how we just eat once or twice a day, you're like, I could never do that. Well, you'd be surprised because you're just not going to, it's addiction to the carbohydrates that's always tricking you into thinking that you're hungry because you're constantly, every time you go a few hours without them, you start having some withdrawals. It's no different than any other type of addiction out there. So it's amazing when you start putting the proper foods that your body really wants, how you're going to find that you're just eating when you really need to, and not because you're just eating out of habit, if that makes sense. Blood pressures all week. You know, I'm looking at numbers like 123 over 76, 126 over 78, 127 over 80, 128 over 82, 126 over 76. And again, remember that this is with me cutting way back on the blood pressure medication that I used to have to take. And so that's a great thing. Blood sugars, I'm waking up with blood sugars like 108, 105, 107, 111. I'm going to bed at night with blood sugars like 90, 87, 88, 89. My highest one at bedtime this week was 98. Now, I did have one day this week where my blood sugar spiked up temporarily like crazy. So, and you know, and I learned a valuable lesson from this. I was helping cook burgers for a concession stand, and so as we're cooking them, you know, I'm sitting here thinking, well, you know, hey, it's burger patties. I'll just have a couple of burger patties. You know, as long as I don't eat the bun, I'm fine. And so I grabbed a couple of those burger patties and I ate them. And within a couple of hours, my blood sugar spiked from 90 to 190. And so then I grabbed the box out of the trash can that we, you know, and read the label on it. And I'll be darned if those frozen burger patties from Sam's Club that we were making out there had all kinds of spices, flavorings added to it, MSG added to it, and even it even had canola oil added into the meat. Who puts canola oil inside hamburger meat? That doesn't even make sense. So read the labels. Don't just assume because it says hamburger patty on the box that all you're getting is beef, because you know they put all kinds of fillers and stuff, and so I learned a valuable lesson on that. So never again will I buy the Great Value brand frozen burger patties. There's some frozen burger patties that I found out there that are incredible, and the ingredients really are just beef. That's it. But this one caught me by surprise, and you know, blood sugar just spiked out of this world. You know, well, from 90 to 190. But one cool thing though is it didn't stay there long. My body is already getting to where it can repair itself pretty quick on something like that. And so 2 hours later, I was right back down to 90 again. So it was a very temporary spike, but I still learned my lesson about, you know, just eating, you know, frozen burger patties without reading the ingredients, because they are definitely not all made the same. It's been a great first 35 days, and I can't wait to see where I'm going to be at the end of the 90 days. And again, I mean, I know that I call it a 90-day challenge because I wanted to give this a tryout, but I already know that this is going to be a part of my life, you know, for now on. At some, you know, there may be a few other foods that I will add to the carnivore diet because I'm so strict with it right now. There may be some point in time where I start adding some cheese, maybe some sour cream, but I'll cross that bridge later down the road. They are still animal products, and there's a lot of, you know, some carnivores out there are saying, no, just stick with meat only. Some carnivores say, you know, any animal products are fine. And so I think with all of that kind of stuff, you know, it's the ultimate elimination diet. So you're starting with the basics of meat, fish, eggs, and then if you want to add things, add one thing at a time. That way, if there is some type of ill effect from that, you'll know what caused it, rather than just starting everything at once. So I may, you know, dabble with putting a little sour cream on something, you know, down the road, and just seeing how that affects me. Does it make my blood sugar go up? Does it make my blood pressure go up? Does it make me feel bad? You know, or do I do great with it? If so, I may start adding that into my diet. And then the same thing with a little bit of cheese. So, but this first 90 days though, I'm staying real strict. It's just real simple with just meat, fish, and eggs, and that's it. Can't wait to talk to you again next week and give you another update. Thank you again for following me and on my channel. And hey, if you haven't already, click the like and click the subscribe. There's a little bell for alerts under the subscribe, so that if you click that, you'll be informed each time I post an update, and so you'll know right away. Thanks very much. If you know anybody that's thinking about the carnivore diet and wanting to see what it does in real time with someone, because you've got to see me here from day one, well, be sure and share this with others and let people know about it. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.